Hi guys, welcome back to Rev Solution. Today we have the Honda CBR500R from Crescent Honda in Southampton. First impressions review on this bike. Let's jump on it, take it for a ride, and I'll let you know exactly what I think about it. So I've already started this bike up. I've not ridden the 500 before, as you can tell on the channel. There's no review on it. However, sitting on it, it's quite nice. Nice semi-sport position. The tank is very narrow in between my legs. The bike is very narrow. I'd say it's an entry level kind of sports bike, but I still stick with the decision that anything under 100 horsepower, you can't really justify it as a sports bike. It's a bike in sports bike clothing, really, if that makes sense. But either way, let's refer to it as a beginner sports motorcycle. I think that's good. A beginner sports motorcycle. So it feels really together. It feels nice. It feels well built. You can tell it is a beginner. It's a 500 bike. It is very skinny underneath you. The seat is actually really comfortable. Now, I've ridden sports bikes quite a lot. I had a GSXR 750. Put a lot of miles on that, so it'll be interesting to see what this one's like. Now, I'll put the brake horsepower of this one up now. What's it like getting up to 40? Yeah, jumps up there nicely. It's got a nice amount of power. Doesn't feel sluggish. Again, I am only comparing this to low power sports bikes or low power bikes. It's not a big powered sports bike, it is just a beginner bike, or a bike for those who just want to downscale slightly on the power. But either way, my literal first impressions are I like it. I really do. I haven't been on a sports bike position like this in quite some time now. I've kind of gone for the upright touring style, and I'm really liking it. And the thing I miss the most about sports bikes is its filtering capability. They filter so well. Now, the display is pretty much exactly the same as a lot of the other Hondas that are out there. The CB650R has the same nice looking display. Even saying that, the Forza 350 has a very similar display where it's backlit black and like a creamy white colour. I do like the blue anodized suspension mounts at the top there. They're quite nice. Give it a little bit of an expensive feel. I like the double bubble style windscreen here. It's quite nice. It's quite a well designed bike. The wind mirrors, they give you great visibility, and also they're out so wide that once they're positioned in the right place, not really going to have much of an issue looking behind you. Now, there is a little bit of play in the accelerator, but that's not too bad. Pulls away from the lights nicely. Shifting up the gears feels nice. Now, when you ride this style of bike, you kind of have to like hug the bike with your thighs. Once you do that, it takes the pressure off your wrists. And now, once the pressure is off your wrist, it makes the bike a lot more enjoyable to ride. My back is pretty much dead straight. I haven't really got an issue with that. Obviously, you can hunch forward a little bit. In general, it's quite a comfortable ride. The leg positioning is again quite nice. You're not scrunched up too much like a sports bike, but you're not down low like a naked either. It's a nice happy medium. I really like the colour of this bike. A nice matte black finish. Gives it quite a premium look to it. And it's quite a good looking bike. I think if you park this up, a lot of people are going to look at this and go, that is a nice motorcycle. Obviously, I'm only doing 30 miles an hour, but I don't feel like I've got much wind in my chest. It's quite comfortable. It's got a nice gear indicator, which is always handy, especially when you're learning. This is going to more likely be an A2 compliant motorcycle, so you're going to want a gear indicator sometimes so you get an idea of what gear you're in. Handles around about nicely. I've got this bike courtesy of Crescent Honda for several days. So I'm going to take it out as much as I can, get to grips with it, figure out how it works. It's good points, it's bad points, what I'll improve about it. Got quite a nice little induction noise as well. I think if you put a aftermarket can or a Scorpion exhaust on there from Honda. It's definitely gonna sound very nice. So far I am really impressed with this bike. Right, 30 miles an hour, up to 50, third gear, full throttle. Yeah, as you'd expect from an engine that's tuned relatively like a sports bike. Once you get the revs up about 5,000–6,000 RPM, that's when you feel the engine change slightly. It leans over really well. It's very nice. Now, sitting on this bike, I am flat-footed. I've got both feet down. We're on a slight offside slope, and both my feet are flat-footed. That just goes to show how low this bike is and how user-friendly it is. Popping up through the gears, very, very comfortable. Front brake, really good. I'm pretty sure it's just a single disc front brake. Yep, single disc front brake. Performs very well. Got a nice amount of poke there, goes well. Yeah, that's good. It really performs as you'd want a 500cc sports bike to do. I'll change my mind. It is a sports bike. It's a low power sports bike. Let's call it that. Let's call it a sports bike, as long as you know I'm looking at it as a low powered sports bike. It is not an S1000RR. It's not a Honda Fireblade. It's not a GSX-R 600 upwards. It is just a low powered entry level sports bike for those people who want a sports bike but maybe they're not old enough in the UK, because in the UK you have to be a certain age. I think it's over the age of 24 that you can actually ride an unrestricted motorcycle, but up until that you've got to have a restricted motorcycle. But if sports bikes are what you want, then you're going to want something like this to learn on. Now, I know for a fact this is going to be absolutely perfect for filtering through traffic. Busy city environments, nah, not a problem on the CBR500R. So this is just a first impressions of the CBR500R from Honda, the 2021 model. I've been riding it about 40 minutes now. Turn the camera off a little bit so I could try and keep the video interesting, not bore you too much. The seat is ridiculously comfortable. It is really, really nice. I really do like it. The positioning of the body, absolutely fine. I've not got any aches, no pains. If you are unsure about how to ride in a sports bike style position and you are leaning forward on your wrists quite a lot, then yeah, it's going to wake your wrists. However, if you know how to properly sit on a sports bike, it won't. Squeeze with your legs, take the pressure off, and just enjoy riding it. Really is simple. It's got a nice amount of usable power, and I say usable power, it's the power that if you're in a national and it's a nice bendy twisty national, you can use the bike's potential without going over the speed limit, yet still having fun riding it. So this is what I like about smaller engine motorcycles. You really can use more of the power range that they provide. It is a really nice agile motorcycle. Because it is so light, it really does flick around nicely, and you haven't got to put a lot of effort into moving it. I don't think you'll see over there, but that's the new Virgin cruise liner. I'll try and get a better shot of it. But as far as the CBR500 goes, if you're in the market for a small sports bike, it's really, really good. Definitely well worth having a look at. And if you're in the Southampton area, pop down to Crescent Honda, have a chat with the sales team, take it out for a test ride. Weekdays are a lot better for test rides. They're a lot quieter. Weekends they are pretty busy, which is great to see that all our favourite motorcycle shops are all bouncing back after COVID. But it's definitely worthwhile taking a trip down to Crescent Honda Southampton, getting out on this machine. This same machine will be at Crescent Honda for you to take out when this video goes live, it will be back at Honda and you'll be able to take it out, have a ride on it, get a feel for it, see what you think. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below so I know what you think of the Honda CBR500R. And he said 650R. I've taken the 650R, CBR650R out. I've got a video on that one. That was a 2020 model. Still yet to take out the 2021. No doubt it will be equally as good as the 2020 model. And when it comes to the actual handle positioning on this bike, they are raised up slightly. However, they clip on underneath the headstop. So I'm guessing if you do want to be lower down, you could easily just change the handlebar positioning and get some lower set handlebars, and that would make it a lot more of a sportive position. So if you do buy it and you are trying to see if you do like a sports bike, changing the positioning of the handlebars will make this bike a lot more sportier. But as Honda send it out of the factory in this position, it's really good. It's comfortable. So there is the new Virgin cruise liner. It's actually anchored up in the Solent. It's quite a nice looking design ship there. I really do like that. It's quite smart. It's been coming in out of Southampton last couple of weeks and Portsmouth. Doing some local cruises by the looks of things. Quite a nice looking ship. That exhaust, I tell you what, it is popping slightly. I really do think if you change that exhaust for a better exhaust, not a standard one, you're going to get some amazing sounds out of it. It really will probably pop and bang quite nicely if that's what you're after. Because just as you're coming down the rev range, you can just hear it going pop, 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 which is quite nice. Okay, so that is my first impressions on the Honda CBR500R. I'm absolutely loving this bike. I've only been on it potentially about an hour now, and I can see myself gelling with this bike really, really well. Now I'm going to get a thumbnail. I think it's thumbnail time. Let's park the bike up here, get a thumbnail next to the cruise liner. So here we go. Let's get that photo in. But make sure you stay tuned to Rev Solutions for the full review on the Honda CBR500R. That will be coming very shortly after this video gets released. But until next time, thank you for watching Rev Solutions. Hit the subscribe button, give us a big thumbs up, ride safe, and we'll see you soon.